What was so important about Montauk?
Well, if you just, take a quick look here at the space between the north coast of Colombia and Montauk, you've literally not got all the interference that you've got going in the southeastern states. And,
what do you mean interference? What do you mean?
Well, I'm just saying, it's a totally populated area by practicing smugglers, and you're just over water. You have the proper aircraft, a finely tuned aircraft. You got the right amount of gas, and you go forever. You don't have a big payload. There's not a lot of weight when you're carrying 50 keys of cocaine as opposed to 1,000 pounds of marijuana.
Oh, gee, thanks.
I don't understand why there was such a big secret about where the plane had to land.
Well,
you mean landing at Montauk, you have no customs problem or anything?
No, because you don't declare customs. You're not on a flight plan at all. I mean, you sneak in, and then you're up in an airplane, and you could have been a tourist. Like we were out flying around.
That's what
Where'd you come from?
In, right?
Where'd you come from? What do you mean? I came from the airport right down the road. Why didn't you file? Because there's no radio communications here or there.
Aren't you afraid of getting busted? Desmond, I know your music, pretty well. I have your first album, I love it. And what I told Andy I wanted to talk to you about was the whole story of what had happened with you and the band out in Montauk.
It was definitely a summer none of us will ever forget. We were out at Montauk. We had this really fantastic place, and we were rehearsing for the tour and finishing up our first album, and we were also just sitting back and waiting for our plane to come up from South America.
Oh, there's no problem. Just gotta find the stuff.
How did you feel? $2 million lost in the sea?
Needless to say, it was a disaster.
Why didn't you have the plane land at the airport? Why did you have it drop in the ocean
when the pilot saw all those policemen down there in the airport, he didn't realize that this was just a normal routine patrol.
But those bags were still floating around somewhere, right? You must have been going crazy.
Well, it was even worse than that because in Montauk the weather changes so drastically, and from one minute to the next the fog will roll off the sea, and hell, we didn't know if it was in the water or on land. Why? Really didn't.
Well, just really a little bit like, oh, that's it. Thanks a lot. I read that you wrote over 100 songs. How'd you do that?
Oh, Jesus, I don't think I've written exactly that many, but we have written quite a few songs between myself and the group. I'm actually, I think, more of a lyricist than a composer of actual music.
What's the new song that you've written called Storybook Fantasy? Yeah. What's that about?
It's just about a girl that's in the group, and I sort of idealized the situation. Aircraft. I was flying, and Raph was on the ground, actually. And I think this was the end result. Luckily, Raph pulled me out of the son of a bitch, but
what happened to you?
Well,
who's that?
That's me, and this is me.
That's you?
This is me.
Oh, that can't be you.
Yeah.
Are you kidding?
It is. That was pre-plastic surgery.
Really? What happened to you?
This is me. Well, I just made the wrong move in an aircraft. This is my left hand here. This is why I wear the glove, I guess.
Oh, really? Gee.
This was my leg.
God.
I was actually the flight engineer at the time, and we lost the left engine.